So where we are now, of course, we're on Laney Walker Boulevard, and the philosophy is community economic development. That's the philosophy, and it's centered around 4 pivot points. The first pivot point being housing development, and the housing component seems to be going very well. You know, we started off back in 2008, 2009, dealing with single-family houses using a mixed income concept. You know, that works. Pine Street, 11th Street, we'll see those areas, but also, when you start talking about transforming a neighborhood really back into a thriving community, it's not just about the housing. It's also about the commercial development, the retail development, and the small business development, which further creates jobs. So where we are here, we're in the Armstrong Galleria, and there are some bays that sit behind me, commercial bays. There's some bays that are owned by Augusta, Georgia, some bays that are privately owned. But what we can successfully say, there are 2, 3 bays, 4 bays actually behind us, and we're working with 3 small business owners. You know, you have one hairstylist here that'll go there in the beauty shop, and then next to it you have a restaurant here. That restaurant bay is a gentleman by the name of entity known as Fielding Brothers. They came as a part of our Seeds for Life program, where we were able to bless 10 small businesses with a $10,000 grant. And then next to that here, we're working with a third entity that's looking to do an actual lounge. They're currently So what we had here on Twig Street was a lot of abandonment and a lot of dilapidation. And if you look at the surrounding areas or the outlets, you can sort of see exactly what some of that abandonment looked like. What we did upon attaining site control was we demolished and cleared and came back with updated infrastructure, working with our engineering department. So now what you see is just pretty much a clean slate. You see sidewalks, you see street lights, you see widening of the street, updated infrastructure, and those things. So you have a clean slate now. We're currently working with a lot of interested developers who have been procured through your procurement department. So where we currently are now is in the process of sort of identifying and game planning exactly what type of development will go back. So it'll be a mix. You'll still have some type of market rate housing from a townhome or single family perspective, but you'll also have some affordable housing as well. So just very excited. And as we're talking, there's just a lot of crux of activity going on behind us, just cars steadily, you know, just riding by. So this is an area that is once again is currently being revitalized, and the whole vitality and viability of this area is sort of coming back. So come on. I'll do it. Okay. All right.
Hey, you know how you feel.
I know it. I already know. So this is the last house here. So what you had was the blue house there. So that was probably the most recent 2007. So that house sold for $220. The American flag. That sold for $220. So from $117 to $220. So we know that this work. We've got this house appraised. It's going to appraise for about $230, $240 as well. What you have next to it, in between both, that is also that's going to be historic restoration. These bricks on which you stand, these are the bricks that came off the demolitions that we did on the street. Yep. So this is what we talk about. We talk about sort of like a passive park. This is really sort of what it is. You know, you just want to create those passive areas and things like that. So we're at Beacon Station, also formerly known as the Foundry site. What you have is 221 market rate apartments. You have a $32 million deal in partnership. City of Augusta is in partnership with Columbia Ventures, where the City of Augusta infused $26 million, and you had a partnership with Columbia Ventures who infused $6 to $8 million. What we're looking at is 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. This is an apartment complex. It's not just an apartment complex, but it is an economic stimulant. It is catalytic change. Over 7.6 acres of what used to be known as abandonment and blight. So what this does is this is one of the major gateways into the Laney Walker Bethlehem area. And what it does is not only provide a true transformation from neighborhood back into thriving community, but what it also does is it enables us to increase the average household income in this area, which was $24,000. So who are we trying to recruit to this area? Of course, any and everybody that would also like to come and be a part of such a catalytic project, but also we're looking for those 40,000 medical professionals within a 2-mile radius. The whole intent is definitely not
to push anybody out, not to gentrify. We're definitely not doing that, but we want to be sure is that we are increasing the average household income. It's economics to be sure that we can continue to build upon this momentum, the viability, the livability to hurriedly repopulate the area with the mindset of being able to bring in grocery stores, healthy food choices, restaurants, and those type things. So we're well on our way. Can't wait for August to get here. Can't get here fast enough.